Hi, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. I'm immigration attorney Yael, and this is my wonderful assistant Laura coming to you live today, answering your immigration questions in English and in Spanish.
Hola a todos, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, dependiendo de dónde estén. Estamos hoy en vivo con la abogada Yael Brudner de la firma Brudner Law y yo soy Laura Burgos, su asistente, quien va a estar traduciendo al español.
Thank you. We received a lot of questions during the week. So thank you for sending us your questions. We picked the ones we think will be most interesting for most people. But if you have a question today, if you're joining us live, feel free to write it in the comments and we will try to get to it as we go.
Tenemos unas preguntas que seleccionamos de todas las que nos enviaron durante estas semanas, pero si tienen otras preguntas durante el live, las pueden ir preguntando en los comentarios, pueden escribirnos o si tienen alguna duda, también la pueden poner ahí.
Perfect. And just a little bit about us before we start going into questions. So we are located in Southern California, in Irvine, Orange County, but we represent clients from all over the United States and all over the world with their immigration cases.
Ok, nuestra firma de abogados estará ubicada en Irvine, California, en el sur de California, pero tenemos clientes de todo el mundo.
Wonderful. Okay, guys, so I am going to jump into the first question that we received this week. This question is about fiance visa. And the question is, can I petition my fiance if we haven't met in person yet? And this is a really common question that we get a lot because a lot of people meet each other online and they have a long distance relationship and they know that they want to get married at some point and they just want to start their process. They want to start the fiance visa process. Unfortunately, though, one of the requirements for the fiance visa is that you have met in person with your fiance at least one time in the last 2 years. So you have had to met in person first.
Ok, la primera pregunta que tenemos aquí es, ¿puedo hacer la petición de mi prometido o mi prometida si no nos hemos visto en persona? La respuesta es desafortunadamente no, porque a pesar de que tenemos muchos casos de relaciones a distancia, uno de los requisitos más importantes para poder realizar esta petición es que se hayan visto en persona por lo menos una vez en un periodo de 2 años.
Yes, and if you are intending to go and meet your fiance in person and you know that you're going to file a fiance petition in the future, it's really a good idea to document your visit. So your trip together. So if you're a U.S. citizen and you're going to visit your fiance, make sure you're taking a lot of pictures. You're saving your plane tickets. If you go to any attractions, you keep the receipts to show that you guys went to different places, because you're going to have to prove that you actually met in the last one time in the last 2 years.
Y si llega el momento en que va a ir a ver a su prometido o a su prometida en persona, es importante que documenten este encuentro. Lo pueden hacer por medio de fotos, de los tiquetes del avión, los tiquetes de eventos a los que vayan, porque en el momento en que realicen su proceso van a necesitar toda esta evidencia para poder enviar un proceso sólido.
Perfect. And if you are considering filing for a fiance visa or any other case and you want to talk to us about your case individually, specifically about your case, you can always feel free to reach out to us. We love to talk to you further. And I just put up our contact information up here.
Si este caso de petición de un prometido o de una prometida es su caso, puede contactarnos en el número que aparece aquí en el live y le podemos hacer un estudio especializado en su situación.
Perfect. Great. And if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments and we will be happy to answer your questions live.
Ok, si tienen algunas preguntas, las pueden enviar aquí por los comentarios y la abogada Yael Brudner los estará respondiendo en vivo.
Perfect. So just jumping to the next question we received from you guys this week. This question is about the E2 visa. And the specific question is, does the E2 benefit my husband and my children that are single and over 22? So that's a really good question. And I thought I would just explain a little bit about what the E2 visa is before I answer this. So the E2 visa is a non-immigrant, it's a temporary visa. Okay, so it is for people that want to invest in the United States and in their own business, or maybe they want to purchase a business and would like to invest in a business that they buy. And with this visa, you can stay in the United States and you can live here and work here for a period of up to 2 years. So that's just in general about the E2 visa. And I know that was a lot for Laura to translate.
I'm taking my notes. Estoy tomando mis
Okay.
notas. Ok, esta pregunta, la segunda, es sobre la visa E2 y dice, la visa E2 beneficiaría a mi esposo y a mi hijo que es soltero y tiene más de 22 años. Entonces, la abogada nos cuenta un poco sobre la visa E2 y esta visa es una visa temporal que es para un inversionista que decide invertir en un negocio propio o comprar un negocio que ya está. Y esta visa le permite quedarse en los Estados Unidos, vivir y trabajar en el país.
Yeah, and the E2 is one of my favorite visas because it really lends itself to so many types of different businesses. So you can come on a E2 visa if you want to open a yoga studio, or if you want to be a consultant for marketing, for example, or if you want to start a dog grooming business. There's so many options and opportunities for it. And to the question in matter is the E2 is also really good because if you're married, your spouse can come with you and also get an E2 visa and get a work permit to live and work here in the United States. And your children can come with you, but they have to be single and under 21. So for the person that asked this question, unfortunately, if they're over 22, they won't be able to get the E2 with you.
Ok, en este caso, esta visa es muy buena, es válida por un periodo de 2 años y tiene mucha oportunidad en cuanto a los negocios. Puede aplicar para abrir un estudio de yoga, para consultas de marketing, tiene muchas opciones. Y con respecto a la pregunta, si está usted casado en este momento, esta visa le aplica también para su esposo y su esposo vendría a los Estados Unidos también con una visa E2. Y si tiene hijos menores de 21 años, que tengan 21 años y estén solteros, pueden venir también con esta visa. Si tienen más de 21 años, ya no pueden aplicar para esta visa.
Wonderful. And if you have any questions about the E2 visa, a lot more to talk to about this subject. So just feel free to reach out to us. You can call us or reach out through our website. We'd love to talk to you.
Si tienen alguna pregunta sobre la visa E2 o si le gustaría iniciar un proceso de la visa E2, puede llamarnos al número que aparece ahí o contactarnos a través de nuestro sitio web para estudiar su caso.
Wonderful. Great. So I'm going to jump up to the next question here. Let's see. This is such a common question. The question is, how long does it take to petition my spouse? I'm a US citizen. It's a super common question because everyone wants to know, how long is this going to take, this process? Unfortunately, it's really hard to give an exact date or time frame that it's going to take, and it also depends on the specific situation. So is your spouse here in the United States, or is your spouse abroad? Generally speaking, if you are both here in the United States and your spouse can apply for her green card here, we're looking at about 12 months processing times. And if your spouse is outside applying from her or his home country, we're looking at about 18 months right now.
Ok, la siguiente pregunta es, ¿qué tanto tarda la petición de mi esposo si soy una ciudadana o un ciudadano norteamericano? Esta es una pregunta muy común, pero también es muy difícil de responder porque todo depende de la situación, todo depende del caso específico. En términos generales, depende si su esposo está en los Estados Unidos o si está afuera. Si está dentro de los Estados Unidos, hay un tiempo aproximado de 12 meses y si está fuera de los Estados Unidos, hay un tiempo aproximado de 18 meses.
Wonderful. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. I do see that we got one comment, Laura, if you want to take a look.
Ok, si tienen alguna pregunta la pueden escribir ahí en los comentarios. Y en este momento tenemos una pregunta de Lorena. Dice, ¿se podría de alguna manera adelantar la fecha asignada para sacar la visa en casi tal que la fecha este año esté en el año 2025? Ok, is there any way in which you can make it faster to get your visa appointment? Because she got her appointment in 2025.
Yeah, processing times are very tough right now. Thank you, Lorena, for asking. You know, in general, you can apply to expedite your case with immigration if you have a reason to expedite it. So let's say, for example, you're applying for a visa at the consulate and there's no dates available. You know, the only date they have is like for next year, or 2025. You know, if it's it could be certain places have a very long wait time. So there is an option to request expediting processing of your case, but you do really need to have a good reason. So it should be a financial or a humanitarian reason or medical reason why you need to expedite your case.
Ok, muchas gracias Lorena por esta pregunta. Dice que sí hay formas de acelerar este proceso, pero tiene que tener una buena razón, o una justificación. Puede ser una razón financiera, una razón de salud o una razón humanitaria que tenga suficiente peso para que ellos puedan acelerar este caso de la visa.
Okay, guys, let's go to the next question. Can you explain the VAWA green card? Yes, we can. VAWA stands for Violence Against Women's Act. Okay, it's a law that we have here in the US, and the name is a little bit misleading because you don't have to be a woman to qualify for this, even though it's called the Violence Against Women's Act. You actually could be a male and apply for this, and we see it all the time where it applies also for men and for women. Okay.
Ok, nuestra siguiente pregunta es, ¿puede explicar la Green Card VAWA? Primero que todo, ella hace una aclaración de la palabra VAWA, que significa como la violencia en contra de la mujer, pero este término está un poco confuso porque también se han visto casos en los que hay violencia en contra de los hombres.
Yes, and the VAWA green card basically allows for individuals that are married to U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents, or were married to them in the last 2 years, to apply for a green card for themselves, to self-petition, if during the time that they were married to their spouse, they suffered from extreme cruelty or abuse. Okay, so this is a way for you to apply for your green card without your spouse's help if you were in an unhealthy marriage and you suffered from extreme cruelty or abuse by your spouse.
Ok, en el caso de que usted esté casado o casada con un residente o un ciudadano de los Estados Unidos, por más de 2 años y en este periodo de tiempo del matrimonio haya recibido un abuso extremo, usted puede hacer la petición por sí mismo sin necesidad de la aprobación o de la ayuda de su pareja.
Mhm. A lot of people ask the question, do I have to have a police report in order to qualify for a VAWA self petition? And they ask this because there's a different visa called the U visa for people that were victims of crimes that does require a police report, but the VAWA green card does not require a police report. So you do not have to go to the police to report your spouse to qualify.
Okay. Muchas personas dicen, preguntan si es necesario tener un récord de la policía para poder aplicar a esta visa, porque, pero no es necesario, porque las únicas que las piden es la U visa, donde tiene algún tipo de situación en un crimen o algo por este estilo, pero para la VAWA no se requiere, puede aplicar sin necesidad del récord de la policía.
Mhm, mhm. So you can qualify for a VAWA green card even if you are not physically abused. And this is something that I always think it's important to tell people, because this the same concept that a lot of people think you need a police report. A lot of people also think that you have to have been physically abused. But you can be qualified for VAWA also based on extreme cruelty and emotional and psychological abuse as well.
Ok, así como preguntan por el récord policial, muchas veces preguntan si es necesario que sea un abuso físico. La respuesta es no, también puede ser un abuso emocional, un abuso psicológico, y esto es suficiente para poder aplicar a la visa VAWA.
And the process for the VAWA green card is basically similar to the process of the regular green card. However, instead of applying for a petition where your spouse petitions you, you apply for that petition yourself. These cases are taking about 2.5 to 3 years to get approved right now, and we're seeing work permits arrive for these cases in about 6 to 8 months.
Ok, este proceso de la Green Card VAWA es muy similar a un proceso de una Green Card regular. La diferencia es que aquí la petición la hace usted mismo o usted misma y usualmente tarda de 2 años y medio a 3 años y medio, a 3 años en estar aprobada. Igual se han visto casos en los que se aprueba antes.
So if you are in a relationship, you're in a marriage with a US citizen or a green card holder, or if you have been married to a US citizen or green card holder in the last 2 years and your spouse does not want to continue, doesn't want to petition you, doesn't want to help you, or maybe said that they want to help you and stopped in the middle, maybe you're separated, you can still qualify for a VAWA. So it's a great idea to contact a lawyer to assess your case and to see if you have a VAWA case.
Okay. Si usted está casado con un residente norteamericano o con un ciudadano norteamericano y está pasando por una situación como la que acabamos de explicar, puede calificar para aplicar a esta visa VAWA, y es importante que siempre consulte con un abogado de inmigración que le puede ayudar con su caso.
Perfect. Great. Let's see what's going here. Do you want to grab one of the questions?
Sí. Yes. We have another one related to the investment visa.
Uh-huh.
Mile Esquivel, she said, with how much money can I apply to obtain the investment visa?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
what kind of business uh, can I create to apply for this visa?
Well, thank you so much for the questions. I just popped it up here. So that's a really common question about the E2 visa. So how much money do I need to invest? Like, what is the commitment here? So the interesting thing about the E2 is that the law doesn't really set a minimum amount. So there's no fixed amount. What the regulations do say that you have to invest a substantial amount of money in the United States in a US business. And it really varies upon what your business is. If you're investing in a big factory and you're going to have machines and you're going to have to hire 10 people, then you're probably going to need to invest more than if you're starting a marketing consultancy company and you just need your phone and a computer. So generally speaking, though, we usually recommend to have between $80,000 and $100,000 available for investment.
Ok, realmente no hay un mínimo o un estándar que diga un mínimo. Simplemente lo que se tiene que hacer es establecer un presupuesto de su empresa. Depende si es una empresa grande o es una empresa pequeña. En una empresa grande se necesita desde el local grande, maquinaria, personal. Y ya en una pequeña, digamos como un lugar de consultas de marketing, solamente ocuparían como la computadora o algo así. Entonces, normalmente o en términos generales, se recomienda tener disponibles entre 80,000 y 100,000 dólares para esta inversión.
And definitely, if you're interested in the E2 visa, you should get a consultation with an immigration lawyer so that you can talk about your idea and get the best advice on how to get this visa.
Y definitivamente la recomendación es hablar con un abogado de inmigración que le pueda evaluar su caso, su situación y le ayude con el mejor consejo legal para este proceso.
Wonderful, and thank you so much for your question. Let's see, I
Muchas
think we do
gracias
have
por la pregunta, Milena.
yeah. Let's see. Do you want to go ahead and take that question, Laura?
Yeah, we have another one. Cecilia. Si decido radicarme en Estados Unidos con mi familia, ¿cuál sería la forma más fácil de legalizar la estadía? If I want to move to the United States with my family, which one is the easiest way to guarantee a legal staying there?
So if you want to, first of all, thank you, Cecilia, on the question. If you want to move to the United States and you want to be here legally, the best way really is to have a conversation with a lawyer and explore your options. In general, there's two kinds of ways to come to the United States. There is a temporary way, right, with some kind of temporary visa. It could be student visa. It could be investor visa. It could be maybe TN visa, which is a professional visa for nationals of Mexico and Canada. Okay. Or it could be a permanent way where you have a green card petition where either an employer or family member petitions you for a green card. So it's a really good idea to have a conversation with a lawyer, discuss your specific scenario and see if anything would be relevant for you.
Ok, muchas gracias por tu pregunta, Cecilia. En este caso, la mejor forma siempre va a ser teniendo una conversación con un abogado de inmigración, porque usualmente hay varias formas de venir a los Estados Unidos. Está una temporal y ya una permanente. La temporal puede ser por medio de una visa de estudiante, una visa de inversionista o una visa que es la TN, que es para profesionales que sean de México o de Canadá. Y la forma permanente para venir es a través de una green card o una tarjeta verde que puede ser patrocinada por un empleador, por un trabajo o por algún pariente que ya sea residente o ciudadano de los Estados Unidos.
Perfect. So thank you so much for your question. We do have a few more that came in. Let me grab one right here. Okay, so Can I come as a student and then change my status to green card based on marriage? Okay. So this is also a super common scenario where we have people come to the United States on a student visa. So that's the F1 visa. And they come for a program, and their program can be anywhere from 3 months if they're maybe coming to study English in the United States or do a short program, or it could be anywhere to 4 years if they're doing a full bachelor's degree. And sometimes people even do a master's degree, another one, and then they can stay here for 7 years on a student visa. And a lot of people want to know, maybe they're here and they meet someone during this time and they fall in love, they want to get married and they want to stay here and apply for their green card. So they want to know if that's possible. You want to translate that?
La siguiente pregunta es, ¿puedo ir a los Estados Unidos como estudiante y cambiar mi estatus para una green card basada en el matrimonio? La respuesta es sí. Es una pregunta muy común porque tenemos en el país muchos estudiantes que vienen con una visa F1 que puede ser para un programa corto como de 3 meses, como para una maestría, un doctorado, algún estudio más largo que puede durar hasta de 4 a 7 años. Y en este periodo de tiempo es muy probable que conozcan a alguien, se enamoren y decidan casarse. Si esta persona es ciudadano o residente de los Estados Unidos, pueden iniciar un proceso para la green card.
Yeah. So if you did enter the United States with a visa, so with your student visa, and you get married to a U.S. citizen, then you can apply to change your status in the United States. And basically, it would be to adjust your status to a lawful permanent resident, to be a lawful permanent resident in the United States.
Ok, y básicamente si entraste con una visa de estudiante y te casas con un ciudadano norteamericano, puedes arreglar tu estatus de estudiante a green card o a residente permanente aquí en los Estados Unidos. No se tiene que regresar a su país.
Perfect. Now, it's important to note that if you're getting married to a green card holder, as opposed to a U.S. citizen, then you have to make sure that you have been maintaining your status the whole time that you've been here in the United States. So if you're a student and you get married to a green card holder and you want to apply for your green card, one of the requirements is that you have not fallen out of status, so that you've been maintaining your status. So you have to keep going to school and abide by all the conditions of your student status.
Ok, en el caso de que su esposo sea un residente permanente y no un ciudadano de los Estados Unidos, es importante que la persona que va a hacer el arreglo de su estatus mantenga siempre un estatus legal en los Estados Unidos. Es uno de los requisitos para poder arreglar este estatus, mantener, en este caso, pues su estado de estudiante.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you for that question. And again, keep reminding that this is just general information. We're answering really broadly the questions, not going into detail of every person's situation. So if you want to have a more in-depth, personalized consultation, then please feel free to reach out to us. We love to learn about your case and see if we can help you.
Ok, estas respuestas han sido de manera general. Toda la información que la abogada está dando aquí, pero si quieren obtener una respuesta más específica y dedicada especialmente a su caso, pueden contactarnos al número que aparece en la pantalla o contactarnos a través de nuestra página web.
Perfect. Great. So this question came in, can I help my stepdad with a green card if I'm a U.S. citizen? So the question is, the answer is that it depends. So you can petition for your stepdad for a green card if your stepdad and your mom got married before you were 18. Okay, so if you were under 18 at the time that your biological parent and your stepdad got married, then you can petition for your stepdad for the green card, and it's like he's your regular dad.
Ok, la siguiente pregunta es, ¿puedo ayudar a mi padrastro con una green card si soy un ciudadano norteamericano? La respuesta es depende. Se puede si su padrastro está casado con su mamá antes de que usted haya cumplido los 18 años.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, I see some new questions coming in. Do you want to pick one?
Okay, yeah. I have I have a brother that is a green card holder.
Huh?
He can petition me, and how can he do it, and for how long?
Yeah.
I mean, how long does it take?
How long does it take? Yes. So, great question. So, your brother can petition you once he becomes a U.S. citizen. Okay, so U.S. citizens can petition for their brothers and sisters. The process, however, is very lengthy. So depending on the country of your birth, it can take sometimes 15 or even 20 years to get a green card based on a petition by a brother or sister. But the main part is that you have to be first a U.S. citizen to petition your sibling.
Ok, en este caso sí es posible que un hermano pueda solicitar. Primero se tiene que hacer ciudadano para poder solicitar al hermano, o sea, el que tiene la residencia se tiene que hacer ciudadano de los Estados Unidos para solicitar a su hermano, pero normalmente es un proceso que tarda mucho tiempo, puede ser entre 15 a 20 años.
Perfect. Okay. Let's see here. There's a question here about, can I apply for a green card if my son is a U.S. citizen and 21 years old? I overstayed my visa for many years. So this is also a very common scenario that we see a lot here at the office. Someone comes and they have a son or a daughter that's over 21 years old and they're a U.S. citizen, and they want to know if they can petition them for the green card. So generally speaking, the answer is yes. If you entered with a visa and you just overstayed your visa, you've never left the United States, you've been here the whole time, and your son is 21 and you're in the United States, then you can apply for your green card without leaving the United States. You would file to adjust your status. So generally speaking, the answer is yes.
Ok, esta pregunta es muy común aquí en nuestra oficina y es, ¿puedo aplicar a una green card sin mi hijo, que es ciudadano americano y mayor de 21 años? Pues me pide, y también me quedé más tiempo de lo que me habían autorizado en mi visa por muchos años. La respuesta es generalmente sí, si entró con una visa y su hijo tiene más de 21 años, simplemente puede aplicar a un ajuste de estatus aquí dentro de los Estados Unidos sin tener que regresarse a su país.
Perfect. And it really depends on the specific scenario for this question. So if you if you entered more than one time, or if you entered without a visa, the answer might change. So this is why it's very, very important to talk to a lawyer before you file anything with immigration. This is just general advice today, but before you're filing something with immigration, you want to make sure that for your specific case, you have the best advice.
Ok, y también esta situación depende, porque si ha entrado más de una vez a los Estados Unidos o si ingresó al país sin visa, es un caso específico y es una situación diferente, y aquí sí tendría que recurrir directamente con un abogado de migración que pueda evaluar su caso y darle el mejor consejo legal.
Perfect. Let's see, I'm checking the comments to see if you guys have any questions and you're watching us, please feel free to write them in the comments. We'll take a couple more questions today. So just shoot us a message if you have a question.
Ok, si tienen alguna pregunta para los que están llegando ahorita, pueden dejarlas en los comentarios y la abogada Yael Brudner los estará respondiendo aquí en vivo.
Perfect. Let's see. I think I have all the questions here. Do you have any other questions in the comments, Laura?
I don't see any. Oh, yeah. There's one in here. As a Colombian citizen, can I obtain my visa, my professional visa? I think she means work visa. And how is the process?
Yeah. So before I was talking about the professional visa for nationals of Mexico and Canada, that would be the TN visa. So that's unfortunately not available for Colombia, but definitely there are other professional visas out there like the H-1B visa or the L-1 visa, or the O-1 visa. Really, for every letter of the alphabet, there's a visa. Not all of them are professional. There's only probably a handful that are professional. But if you are interested in immigrating based on a professional visa, definitely contact us to see if you qualify for one of them.
Ok, la visa de la que hablamos anteriormente, la TN, no es, desafortunadamente no aplica para Colombia, es solamente para México y para Canadá, pero hay otras diferentes visas que pueden aplicar para venir como profesional a los Estados Unidos. Está la H1, la L1, la O1 y así muchas visas tienen como diferentes letras de casi que todas las letras del alfabeto. Pero estas son más o menos las que podría aplicar desde Colombia para profesional. Y en este caso, si quieres, nos puedes contactar y la abogada Yael podrá evaluar tu caso y decirte cuál es la mejor opción para poder emigrar como profesional.
Great, guys. So if there's not any more questions, let me see one more time. Yeah. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We are here for you. If you guys are interested to get more information, you can visit our website at brudnerlaw.com. We have a ton of information there just to learn more about immigration, or you can check out our Facebook page or our YouTube page where we have a lot of videos. And if you have any ideas of any videos that you want us to make to learn more about something, just let us know. And we would love to talk to you. So just feel free to reach out anytime.
Ok, muchísimas gracias por todas sus preguntas hoy, por acompañarnos hoy en este live. Los invitamos a seguir nuestra página web. Ahí tenemos un blog con mucha información sobre inmigración. También en nuestras redes sociales tenemos Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Tenemos mucha información, videos, imágenes, todo relacionado con inmigración y obviamente las preguntas que acaban de hacer. Y si tienen alguna sugerencia para algún video, nos pueden dejar un comentario, enviarnos un mensaje y estaremos atentos de estos.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Laura, for translating
today. You're welcome. No worries.
Bye, everyone. Have a good evening.
Adiós. Muchas gracias.